Piso por piso, how to play. Setup. Step 1. Each player randomly draws a client card. These are your secret objectives for the game. Don't show your client cards to the other players. Step 2. Shuffle the rest of the cards and make a pile. Step 3. The player who has the longest first name starts, and the game continues to their left. Piso por piso is played in rounds with 2 phases. Phase 1. Take twice as many cards as players from the card pile and lay them face up in the middle of the table. For example, in a game with 3 players, like this one, you'd take 6 cards from the pile and lay them face up in the middle of the table. Then, the first player picks one of the cards. The player on their left picks another card. Keep going until all players have taken 2 cards from the cards on the table. Phase 2 is the building phase. Each player can start building. Put cards in front of you to make your construction. You must start with your ground floor and build up from there. You can use 3 cards maximum to build per round, including for the last round. You can also choose to play no cards and keep them for later. Once all the players finish playing their building cards, it is the end of the round. You can't have more than 5 cards in your hand at the end of the round. If you do, discard cards until you have exactly 5 cards in your hand. The player on the left of the player who started the previous round starts next. The game ends when all cards have been drawn. After the last round, each player must count their points. Use the score pad to note down the points and discover who won. Here is how to count the points. First, measure the cost of your project. Look at the icons on the cards of your building. Add the red numbers that represent your extra expenses and subtract the green number that represent your savings. Make sure you check the potential combinations. The cheapest project gets 5 extra points, and the most expensive project loses 5 points. Then, add up the points written on the cards in your building. Make sure you check the potential combinations. Finally, check your client's requirements. Each objective you achieved gives you 5 extra points. Add up the lines 1 to 3, which represent your points, your cost bonus, and your client's requirements bonus to discover your final score. Congratulations, Player 2! You won! In Piso por Piso, there are 4 types of cards. The first type of card are ground cards. You can recognize them with the illustration at the bottom of the card. These cards can only be placed at the bottom of your building. They are essential because you can't build anything else without a ground floor. You don't need to close the sides of the ground floor. The next type of card is the floor cards. You can recognize them with the beams on the top and bottom of the cards, and the unfinished walls on each side. Floor cards are the core of your building. You use them to create different floors. Look for combination opportunities to get more points. The third type of card is the wall cards. You can recognize them because they have 1 or 2 walls on the sides. There are 3 types of walls: concrete, glass windows, and plant walls. 2 of the same walls can be in contact with each other, but 2 different walls can't. The walls are crucial as you need them to finish a building floor, except the ground floor. The final type of cards is the roof cards. There are two types of roof. Small roofs that can be built on one card, and fancy roofs that must be built on two floor cards. Nothing can be built on top of roofs. They can be built next to a wall card, but not next to a floor card. If you have the recycling room, each recycle material gives an extra -1 cost. Each stair that is directly connected to another stair gives an extra +1 point. Each elevator that is directly connected to another elevator also gives an extra +1 point. If the two plant walls are on the same floor, they give an additional +2 points each. Have fun being an architect!